In last week's video, I mentioned that I might be doing a Hello Neighbor video, so here I am talking about the 2 new episodes that have released. At the time of recording this, the 3rd one is already out, but I'll save that until next time I talk about it, which I guess I'll just talk about like 2 episodes at a time. The first episode of the 2nd season starts out with a flashback of Mr. Peterson and his brother. Mr. Peterson, who, in case you don't know, is the neighbor, he wants to join the Inventors Club. And these people in the Inventors Club are like, oh, you can't join unless you pass this test. And he's like, okay, and his brother is like, don't do it. But Mr. Peterson doesn't listen, and he goes to this test. During this test, something happens causing Mr. Peterson's older brother to basically die, I'm pretty sure. Next we flash forward to Trinity, and she is talking to someone on the phone. She goes to the Golden Apple amusement park and meets up with Nikki. And also invites Delroy, which he was in the 1st season, and he and Nikki don't get along very well at all. Crowface shows up, and they try to catch up to him, but some ravens attack them, and he gets away. Trinity is back with the main group from the 1st season, along with Delroy, and is trying to convince them to join up and try to figure out what is going on. What's up with Crowface and the coins, and just all the stuff that's been happening lately. She gets them all to agree, but as soon as she does, she goes into shock. She's a diabetic, and she accidentally had a sugar cookie instead of like one of the ones that she can eat. Things just start going crazy, and then in the window we see a crow, or a raven. Crows or ravens are meant to be a sign of bad luck, I'm pretty sure, so I think that's why that was shown there. Not only that, but it does play into the Hello Neighbor lore, which I'll get into that later. The next episode, Trinity has this insane fever dream, which actually kind of creeped me out. It was well done. She wakes up and her parents are worried about her, but they're happy she's fine. She later meets up with her friends and they tell her what happened after she went into shock. Next, they all go to Nikki's house to check up on him and talk to him about some things. And he's been acting a bit strange, understandably, after what happened to him in the 1st season. Nikki has a complete breakdown, and Finch, who is one of the classmates, sees him nearby and takes a picture of it, which, I'll just stop right here and say that I hate Finch. She is my least favorite character, and she only gets worse in episode 3. Nikki's parents take him away, and his friends are a bit upset. His parents honestly don't seem like they're very good, and I brought it up whenever I was like playing the games myself. I didn't film myself playing the game, so I'll have to quickly recreate what I was thinking and saying. Okay, I finally got out of the house. Now where should I... Ah! Where is he? Where is he? Oh no, how do I run? How do I... not again. Great, now I gotta go back in the basement. You know, I wonder why my parents aren't worried about me. Like, I've been missing for who knows how long. It must have been like days or months. Mom, Dad, I'm in here. Let me out. I don't want to do this anymore. Trinity still says that she wants to figure things out, and then her house catches on fire. All these bad things are happening, which I think there's an explanation for in the books, which I have not read, so I watched a game theory video about it. And apparently, in, like, the town of Ravenbrooks, there are these people known as, like, the Forest Dwellers, or the Forest Protectors, and they perform, like, these rituals that take all the good luck from everyone in the town, use it for themselves so everybody else in the town has bad luck. They wear crow costumes, which explains why Crowface, well, is Crowface. There's a lot more to it, but if you want to hear more, just go watch the game theory video. If I remember, I'll put a link to it in the description. Now to get on to my thoughts about these 2 episodes. First, I'll go over things that I didn't really like or just found kind of confusing. First off, I don't really understand why Trinity's parents kind of hate her friends. Like, why? I mean, Nikki, I can kind of understand. They already thought that he was a bad influence in season 1, but when Trinity went into shock, one of the teachers, Principal Albanante, that's it, she said that, hey, maybe Nikki did this. And then Trinity's mom is like, Nikki, huh? I'm gonna talk to his parents. Like, one, I don't understand why you would think that Nikki would do that. Like, he and Trinity are already friends, and she's like one of the only people who would really talk to him in the 1st season. Number 2, this kid just went through a very traumatic experience. Why are you blaming him? Like, I can get why the principal would not like Nikki. She and him don't seem to be on good terms, especially since he's a troublemaker. But I don't understand why Trinity's parents would dislike him now that, like, they know everything. And her friends, too, because her friends are helping her. They're not bad towards her, and didn't they want her to make friends in the first episode? I don't know, I just didn't really get that. Another thing is, in the second episode, they did something a lot like one of their previous episodes where they were just telling stories about things that they had seen, and I think that the last time they did that, it was actually a lot better because the whole episode was used to tell these stories instead of just like a little bit of the episode. The stories the kids told were fine, and also they weren't nearly as important as the last episode, even if they were still good, but it still felt a bit rushed regardless. The animation was pretty solid. I saw an animation error here and there, and, some parts that looked a bit weird, but I think that it was still alright, and I think that the running animation and the walking animation for this season is much better than the first. It still looks a bit janky in some places, but it's pretty good overall. Now on to things that I did like about these 2 episodes. For Delroy's character, I really disliked him in the first season. I did not think that he would be a good addition to the group, but he's actually a good character. I don't mind him. Now that he actually got more screen time, he's an actual interesting character, and it's just interesting to see his dynamic with the rest of the group. Another thing I liked was just the framing of some of the shots. It looked like someone or something was watching the kids, which reminded me a lot of The Promised Neverland. I also like the mystery of who Crowface is, and all the kids think that it's somebody different. I personally don't think it's any one of, those people that they suspect, like the mayor or the police officer, the principal, or the teacher. If I were to guess, I might say it's the brother from the beginning of the episode, but I really don't know. I don't even know if it was revealed in any of the games, because I didn't play the second game, and I only watched a few YouTubers play it, but after that I just did not watch any more Hello Neighbor content until the show. And like I said, I haven't read any of the books, but now I'm starting to consider it. Overall, I will say that the second season is off to a great start. And I will say that the 3rd episode only makes it better. I can't wait to talk about it next time. Let me know if you guys want me to talk more about this series. I really like it, and I would like to keep talking about it if that's something you guys would be interested in. That's about all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching the entire way through, and I will see you next week. Goodbye!